Playtime is over. And we start the way we start. Folks, until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. And you know, I'll say that again. Until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. Hello and welcome to the most opinionated hour on radio and the nation's thought-provoking hour. I am Nana Ansah Kwao IV, Chief of the Little Republic of Akwamu Edumasa, the only republic existing within the republic. And I say thank God it's Monday. Another fine Monday with this ritual on radio. A ritual performed by patrons. By the discerning, by nation lovers. Welcome to the ritual I call That's My Opinion. The ritual I call That's My Opinion. And it's on Mondays at this time, only on Joy 99.7 FM. Don't forget, tune in and be our guest. You will be hooked. You will love it. That we guarantee. And our topic for today, folks, consequences of a mistrusted system. Consequences of a mistrusted system. Diplomatic tribalism. Diplomatic tribalism. At this point, I say, let us all gather and make truth good. Folks, consequences of a mistrusted system. Now, there's a new culture. There's a new culture that's gaining roots in our political governance, which is very concerning. I am concerned. I'm sure you should be concerned too. I have spoken to a few governance experts who are equally worried. Folks, sometimes when I engage people who have given up hope, they've given up on Ghana because they see no hope. They are looking for an opportunity to escape, even on air. When the youth call and say, Nana, there's no hope. What I usually say to them is that we have peace. We have religious harmony. And we have traditional harmony, which is a very big step towards nation building. Most countries cannot boast of this. Folks, most countries cannot boast of this. Traditional harmony, religious harmony. And I'm saying it's a very big step towards nation building. And that countries, most countries, cannot boast of this level of harmony. So we should not take it for granted. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. We must cherish it, protect it at all costs. Because one day when a generation wakes up from the slumber, they will need the peace and harmony as a bedrock to build the nation. After we are just chopping and looting and doing all the unnecessary things to the nation, if a generation wakes up one day and decides to throw our manual away and write a new manual, change their course and start moving to build their nation, folks, the least we can leave for them is that peace and harmony. Folks, you may be wondering what I'm on about. Folks, these days, party folks are quick to kick against certain personalities when they are given positions. And most often, it's not because they are not competent, but either they were not in the trenches, or frighteningly, they are not the right tribe. And this go particularly for like regional ministers, DCEs, MCEs. They can face a major objection because they are not from the area. They are not indigents. What's also worrying, folks, is the openness, the confidence with which it is done, the objection and the kicking against, the openness and the confidence with which it's done. And don't get me wrong, sometimes, folks, we Nananum too are very guilty. Nananum too can be very guilty. Oh, I want a son of the soil to be appointed as a DCE, and this will be coming from the palace. I mean, there are certain districts where it has already become a convention. You cannot send a non-injured in there, and it won't happen. It won't happen. You won't even dream of it. Folks, we should be concerned. Now, I may be wrong, but in my opinion, I think we are jumping behind familiar personalities in the name of this new diplomatic tribalism because we can't trust the system to work. You don't believe you can just go in there, file a report or make a request, and the system will see it through for you to get whatever it is that you're looking for. But if your man is placed there, if your tribesman is there, then there's a chance that if you need assistance, you can go through him rather than the system. Because I am not sure, and I don't want to believe that we are truly tribalistic. I mean, to that level. After all, folks, non-indigents live and work everywhere in the country peacefully. We only seem to kick off when political positions come up. Teachers, nurses, agric extensions officers work freely in various towns that they don't come from. Some of them are even kingpins. They are actually, kingpins in the town. They are part of decision makers. They are always in the palace. They are always in the town. There's no problem. Nobody even cares where they come from. They're just there. They're doing their work and they're useful, and so they're being used. I spoke to Professor Jimendia, and I spoke to Dr. Odrosa, and these are thespians in governance, on this issue. Now, what Dr. Osai said was that, Nana, where will it end if this new phenomenon becomes a norm, or if we make it stick? Then where will it end? Soon it will be headmasters, then it will be teachers, then it will be nurses, and the list will be endless that do not post anybody to this town if they don't come from this town. Once this becomes the norm and it becomes a convention, we then just notch it up another bit. Oh, let the presiding officer come from here. Let this person come from here. Let that person come from here. All the nurses should be from around here. Where does it end, folks? Where does it end? And the list will be endless. Professor Jimendia was concerned that we may be sacrificing competence in the name of we want an indigent. We may be sacrificing competence in the name of we want an indigent. And overall, it affects the developments. And so this is where the issue of let's vote districts, and MCs, let's vote for them. Because in that way, if we have voted for them, we seem to go to them more and get them to be more accountable. I don't know if we vote for them, non-indigens can stand in other districts and saying that, well, I'm not from this district, I've lived here long enough, and therefore I'm throwing my hat. I don't know if that would work or if that will solve it. But I know the efficiency side of things will be solved. They will be more efficient. I don't know who brainwashed us that indigens bring more development, because there's too much evidence of non-indigens who have executed their work well and brought transformation to towns they did not come from. And we give all credits. I mean, there's many of them, but let me just stick to Colonel Minyana, who went to Koforidua and transformed it as you see it today. Transformed it. He didn't come from there. And there are amples of evidence of people who did not come from a region or a district and were posted there and worked marvelously. After all, we are all Ghanaians. I don't know anybody who has a Koforidua passport. I mean, I know Edumasa, we have a passport, but I mean, that's just Edumasa. The rest of the town will be a Yusu Ghana passport. And therefore, you should be able to be posted anywhere and you serve the country. You don't go and serve your chief or your tribe's people or your clan people. You can't have a system where you're only going to be posted because you're going to serve your clan's people or your tribe's men. Because there are people who could be very, very efficient, good governance people, movers and shakers, that could go to areas that are really lacking development to push it. But then they will say, no, he's not an indigent. Even though this guy could have done the job, this guy is tried and tested, but we just want our indigent. Folks, how do we end it before it gets out of hand? Is it by instituting a policy to say that if you come from a particular district, you're not allowed to be posted there? What then happens to democracy if you say that? What then happens to democracy? If you institute that, well, Nana Ansah Kwao, since you are from Esiojamai, you cannot have any political appointment in Esiojamai. What then happens to our democracy? So how do we solve it? So that presidents are not blackmailed or hands tied to their back because the people are kicking against somebody who is not an indigent, even though they may be competent. Or folks, do we just accept it as a norm and carry on like that? Another very scary thought. Do we just accept it like that and carry on as a norm? Where did it start from? Recently, I had, Tema kicking against the MC because he wasn't an indigent. And I was listening to the interview and the lady was saying, oh, she may not understand our customs. Customs to do what? Custom to and I said, what custom to do what? Yeah, he's there representing the president in the area. What custom is it that you really need her to understand? But they come up with all these reasons why somebody who's not from the area shouldn't be representing the president there. And if you look at the job description, developmental agents, education, tourism, whatever it is that's within that jurisdiction that the person should push. Where does the custom bit comes in? But if we let this diplomatic tribalism slide, because it becomes easier, it's comfortable. Well, if the people just want a fanti here, but they know very well that the Ewe man, the Gonja man, or the Ashanti, or the Ga man is absolutely perfect for that job. He could bring things around. He's got good network. He could promote the place. He's got good solid marketing background. He's got good project management background. So with all the investments coming into the area, this is somebody who could stand, do proper negotiations and bring things into the area. However, he's not from there. The president wants his peace of mind. We have let so many things become a norm. Like the amount of money spent during elections is now a norm. It's become so wild and profane, but it's now become a norm. We don't know how to break it. It's become a norm. Is now this tribalistic position also coming to add up to our woes? Or should we nip it in the bud? And if we have to, how? Because to be honest with you, I don't know how. To be honest with you, I'm just bringing it so that we all discuss it. But I don't have the silver bullet. Even though I know, say, it's a bit concerning for who we are outside of politics, where pastors are posted anywhere, teachers are posted anywhere, peacefully. No problems, no qualms, whatever. It's only when political appointees start coming in, then this issue starts raising its head. And I'm saying that if it sticks, it will trickle down. Because once upon a time, you look at how politics, the monetary system started, it's trickled down all the way down that now even assemblymen are looking for money to get themselves elected to become assemblymen. It trickles down. So this tribalism thing, if we don't nip it in the top and think, oh, politics now, it will now trickle down into the civil service and probably well, you tell me. Do we stop it? If so, how? Do we keep it as a norm? If so, what are the consequences? And it's 0302 216 541. Good evening to you, Laurentia in Nungwa. Tom of South La Estates, I see you. Sami is in Tema. Hello, Sami.
Hello, Chief.
Yes, sir.
How are you doing?
I'm very good.
Oh, we thank God for your life. Chief, what you are saying is true. I mean, we can't allow this thing to fester anymore. But I have a feeling it even spans from this MPC and NDC thing. Now that NDC is in, they are sucking everybody away. You get me? So if we expand it, it goes across all board. So it will get to a time that maybe those in the hinterland, a lot of teachers down here. So if there is nobody in your tribe down here who is a teacher, it means that nobody will come and teach your pupils.
Mm-hmm.
You get me? You see how absurd it is.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it is a dangerous, part that we are working on. And I hope that, but how do you think we can nip it in the bud?
You see,
Because
I suggested if it becomes a policy or a law, but then if you do that, then what happens to democracy? Because you can't force that sort of thing. So I don't know how.
And I think that we can focus on building robust systems that anyone can just fit in and it will work perfectly, because we are working with systems. But here we work with individuals and not systems.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the issue. If we focus on building systems that just works, regardless whoever is in it, I think that will go a long way to helping us.
I can agree with you on
Yes.
that. I can agree with
so
you.
I think so. And please, we hope that maybe you also talk about Ibrahim Traore very soon.
We need to
Thank you very much.
Very, very good. Kwame Abeka is in Community 25. Kwame.
Nana Ansah Kwao
Medasi.
I couldn't come to your
Kukunte party.
your hometown.
So next year will be my 15th anniversary. That one you can't miss it.
Thank you.
Kwame, let me hear you.
Be honest with you.
Yeah.
We should be sincere with ourselves. This tribal thing that is now raising itself, as far as our political landscape is concerned, should be addressed right and now. We are talking about development of areas, communities, and the country. Not about, I am from here. I am from here. This is with you. I will make a particular example about Ebi Wright and what the community is saying, that she's not an indigent.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, when they went for the election, this lady almost won the election as an MP of the area. So what prevents her from presiding as the MCE of the area
when she could have been an MP?
It's silly. Listen, my brother, we have lived in areas. I speak almost like 4 languages in Ghana. And I'm telling you, Ghana is a beautiful place.
Mm-hmm.
But we are gradually losing that through politics. Let me share with you. Nana, is it wrong for even an account to be nominated as a Northern Regional Minister?
It shouldn't be.
Kwame Nkrumah built secondary schools across Ghana, and I'm telling you, most of the people that attend these schools were not from there. Just to bring national cohesion. Let me end it from here. And to be careful and tell ourselves that we should be careful.
Thank you very much. Nana Kwesi is in Ayikuma. Nana Kwesi.
The tribalism has been in existence forever.
Okay.
It's just that we always pretend it doesn't exist. If that's not the case, we are in this country. Somebody can tell you that you can't marry from this tribe, all because of prejudice and stereotyping. Do you understand? So, it's not even strange for me. We want solutions, right?
Yeah.
And we're a solution. Look, we keep saying that the power to the president is too much, right? This is one of them. So going forward, you see, for this constitution, what will mean in our constitution? Going forward, the constitution has to be amended, and then all of these people will be voted for. Don't be appointed by the president anymore. So if you are interested, you vow for the position as a candidate, and we open it up for the people in that community, all of them must vote to elect whoever they want them to lead them in that community. And let's take that power from the president. So far as the president is the one who is doing all the appointments, Nana, people will always have their issues and they will don't like this one, and this person is not from here and this person is not from there. It's not really about competence anymore, Nana. It's about who works for the party and who people like. Okay? If you are fortunate and the one that people like competent, then hallelujah. If you are not fortunate and the person is not competent, and by the mere fact that the people are calling that, oh, we want this kind of person, they bring that person, we won't say they will be there. The channel will expire, and not much has been done. And they are happy. They like it like that. Nana. So, Charlie, this issue here, the constitution, let's amend it. Some of these things, the police, the IGP, we should get to a point where we have new ways of electing these people and take it away from the president. I mean, I don't understand. I give my point to all these people. How independent can they be? The next thing they are going after somebody, I pick my phone. I say, Master, what are you doing? Yes, it will never come in the public domain, but they will do what they have to do. And it's as if they are dealing with the issue. They are dealing with the issue. At the end of the day, you see the head and tail. So let's amend the constitution and vote for these people. Let's elect them properly, and then all of these things will be solved. If you are electing them, it doesn't matter who is. Are you going to tell the president? What are you going to tell? They should campaign, and people should vote for them, and then maybe you will get a solution to it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. If you start campaigning, then DC is also going to now find money to come and campaign. But Moro Hassan.
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum, my brother.
Wa alaikum salam. Good evening, Nana.
Good evening.
I have I think I'm confused. Like the constitution is confused.
No, but the constitution says that we are all Ghanaians, and Ghana is a unitary state. It's not federal. So wherever you are, you're Ghanaian. You're not from Koforidua or you're from Tamale or from Bolga. No, you're Ghanaian. So
So let me tell you my side.
Yes.
Why I think the constitution is contradictory.
Okay.
For example, what you are just saying, the constitution says that only Ghanaians must vote.
Mm-hmm.
Really? If only Ghanaians must vote, it means that only the boundaries of Ghanaians must vote. Because they don't want any other country to come and invade and take over the country, right?
Mm-hmm.
But look at it this way. Why I say the constitution is contradictory. Now, if you say we are all Ghanaians, you know that we have tribal boundaries and ethnic boundaries and things like that. There are certain ethnic groups who owns land, but certain other ethnic groups have come to invade that area to the extent that they are now majority there. And they cannot more contest and win election in that area, except that tribe that has come to invade that area.
How does it link to what I'm talking about today?
So my point is that if we should have aligned the constitution in such a way that only Ghanaians must vote, but only ethnic boundaries must vote.
But you see, to be Ghanaian, you just need one parent or one grandparent to be Ghanaian.
Yes.
That's all qualifies you to be a Ghanaian.
Yes.
And you could be living in Iceland, but you're still Ghanaian.
You are still a Ghanaian. But when you go to developed world like UK, US, Ghanaians vote. Ghanaians go there, they register and vote.
Yes.
So how come other nationals are not allowed to register and vote? What kind of discrimination is that? When we go outside there, it is comfortable for Ghanaians to vote, register and vote.
Well, if you're a resident.
Because if you are there,
Mm-hmm.
whatever political decision is taken, affect where you stay. So you must have an interest in who rules you or takes decisions for you. But our problem about the Constitution, people are saying that it should be reviewed, Reviewed by who? It is the politician who is going to initiate the review, and they will call those who will review it in their favor. It will still be full of chaff.
Oh, no.
Because they will do it to favor themselves.
No, the new constitutional, the new body that has been formed to look into the review, you can tell it's a very balanced.
So you mean if I tell them ideas, they are likely to take it? They will throw it away. They won't even listen to me. I don't even know where to get them to make suggestions.
Well, that's the issue. For you to find them is the issue. But thank you very much. Let me get the next.
Let me make my last point.
Okay.
Because I think that one of our biggest problems in the Constitution is making the president run only 2 terms. If you look at since 92, all parties who have gone two times, their second term is terrible. So let's make it open, limitless, just like parliamentary. The person doesn't know when you voted out. You put his all out to perform. If Nana don't knew that, he has more chance to contest. I'm telling you, his performance in the second round would have been better.
You have a point there. Thank you very much. But today, listen, I want us to limit the. I know that this is a very wide issue, but I want us to limit it to what's going on. This issue where people want their tribesmen, their clanmen, their indigents to take political appointments within their area. And I'm saying it's becoming too forceful, too brazen, too upfront. They build so much confidence that if it sticks, what next? So I don't want us to divert and, there's so many issues to talk about. But today I'm just talking about this diplomatic tribalism that's creeping into our politics. Let me hear what Ajimai Joseph will say. Ajimai. Yes, sir.
Sorry for the noise at the background.
Yes,
I hope you're doing well.
I'm very well.
It has gotten to a point that I would say most of us Ghanaians are not objective. This tribalism issue, I think when we are appointing somebody to take head of office, we find a competent person. The person who thinks about the work that he's going to do, but the person has the technical know-how to occupy that space. So if you have somebody who is an accountant and has to position himself in an area land, his credentials and his or her capability is what you should look at. One of the constituencies in Tamahia, at a point in time when they were deciding who should be an MP, they were saying that we want an indigene. We want somebody whose mother or father is from this area. So when you consider that, and looking at the person's credibility, the person cannot help us. The person hasn't gotten anything on the table. In the end, whom do you blame for non-performance? So I think this tribalism, even now, when you don't appoint somebody from our tribe to be a minister or something like that, then we don't want to agree. A president will appoint MDC or CC, the head of the area, then they will say, because of one or two, the person is not from this area, or you are not going to agree. No, when the person is a Ghanaian and has the technical know-how to perform to the tune of the government. So I think we should be a bit civilized enough to accept whoever, provided that person has the capability to deliver. So I think we should go away with the tribalism issue, because once the person is a Ghanaian, you should allow the person to perform.
Thank you very
That's my take on that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So where will it end? Would we just stick to the political appointees that we kick against? Or as Dr. Drosan was saying, what then happens? One day they just get a Greek extension officer, he comes and everybody says, no. Or you send the teacher somewhere and they say, no, not this teacher. She doesn't come from here. we want an indigent. It's a very dangerous phenomenon that we must check at all costs. And it's 0302 216 541. What's your thought on this issue? Kwame is in North Kaneshie.
Yeah, good evening, Nana.
Good evening, Kwame.
We went into multi-party system or democracy without much orientation, and therefore people have entered into this thing with all kinds of ideas. And you can see that even when people are being appointed as ministers, you have an array of chiefs and indigenous people sitting behind the appointed minister, as if he did it in time. You see, so this whole thing, people saying you're party, you're not buying, so we have not been reorientated well to understand this multi-party system, and we need to do work on it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's a point. But this issue, let me speak to Eben in Dom. Hello, Eben.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
How are you doing?
Very well, Eben.
Yes, very important discussion. You see, before you brought this on the floor, you should have studied the statistics of community appointments in the country. That is what you have to do. When has this problem raised itself before in this country? It's just this within this period. And so I would have wished you study the statistics of military appointments from the tribal and original basis before you bring this for discussion. Much as I agree with you, the competence should be the hallmark. Look at the statistics first. Then we can do it for that discussion. Thank you.
Thank you. But you agree with me to a certain point. Bafo's on the line. Hello, Bafo.
Hi, Nana. Thank you so much. I actually listened to the program, and God bless you for that. But Nana, what you're saying, I'm wondering how possible it could be in Ghana here, or maybe in Africa. You see, the way we think about politics, our attitude towards politics, and the way people, go into it and go about things. It is possible for a pastor to be transferred from Bolgatanga to Second D. There's nothing wrong about that. Teachers can be transferred across as well. But we are, in Africa, and people think that politics is about money. You're going to make wealth. Once you get into it, your children, your relatives, everybody is going to be rich, and you need to face them here and there. That is the attitude that people take into politics. And therefore, it's like apportioning the cake, making sure that everybody gets a share. That's the attitude. That's what people think.
But for let me engage a little bit. If the system worked and we trusted the system, are we going to be too bothered about who heads the system?
Yeah, it's because the system is not working well.
Yeah, so I'm saying that if the system was working, do you think this tribalism thing would go away? So, you could walk to your district council and apply for something, and whether the DC was your tribesman or not, you get it. Are we still going to get this thing? I don't know. I'm just asking.
Yeah, you see, that's how it should have been. That's how it should have been. But because of what the earlier politicians have gone about things, everybody thinks that let me also go and make money. So why do we sit here for somebody from Broahafo to come to Tama to come and make the money? We should also make some money. If we're able to change our mentalities towards politics, that I'm going to be a DC minister, whatever, to ensure there's development, then people will call for, politicians from other regions to come to our place because the person is coming to develop here. But we don't see that. It's just about making money. Then we should also allow our indigenes to make some money so that we also benefit.
I see.
That's what's happening.
Thank you very much.
If we change our attitude and mentality towards politics and aim at development, then what we are talking about will be a possibility. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Edward is in Tessano. Hello, Edward.
Nana, good evening.
Good evening.
My brother, why is Burkina Faso now the envy of us all? Why is Burkina Faso now the envy of us all? You see, this politics and democracy and whatever it is not our style. It is not our style. Yeshua Atra. Yeshua Atra. Before these democracy things came and blah, 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 our traditional leaders were leading this country. They were leading us in this country peacefully and everything was fine. Until the elite came in with this democracy thing, knowing very well what they wanted to do. They ripped us off. See, the politics going on in this country is so deep-rooted in corruption that there's no way we can correct it. It takes money to gain a position in this country. Like you just said, the party is in power. They just want to have DCEs or MCEs. 3 people have been shortlisted. 1 person has been nominated. The person needs an approval from the assembly to be appointed. When there are about 35 assemblymen and government appointees there, it's a headache for the person. He or she would have to buy her way or his way through. I mean, let us not play ostrich. People buy their positions. Now, once the person has spent so much, invested so much for the position, he goes there and he thinks he's going to be a philanthropist, he's going to be a Father Christmas. He also has to make sure that the money that he invested into it, he gains it back. So how are we stopping these things? How are we going to stop it? The board appointees, with those they appoint them to the board, the CEOs, they all buy their way there. That's what the CDD or whatever was saying right now, that if you want to be the president of the country, you need not less than $1.5 million minimum.
That was 20.
$1.5 million to be president in this country. Now, an individual would have to seek other sponsors to help them. We have a problem now with, I don't want to mention names, but a company that is assumed to be the sole contractor for cleaning and all those things. You think that person, he pays both parties. They cannot touch him. He finances both parties, both 2 parties, the NDC and the MPP. That man, he finances them. So sometimes when they are doing these things, it's like they're throwing dust into the eyes of the people. You know, they come and tell us all the good things, blah, 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 blah. They get there, and it's a different thing altogether. My brother, let's call a spade and not a big spoon.
Thank you very much.
Burkina Faso has shown us the way. Burkina Faso has shown us the way. You see, a leader carries along his people. A leader carries along his people. That's how come in 2 years, that gentleman has survived 19 assassination attempts. 19! Because the people around are with him. And anybody who tries to penetrate will fail. We have a country that the roads are messed up and people are driving in $150,000 cars around, splashing and be blowing sirens on people. People are struggling to pay rent. You pay people 600 Ghana cedis at the end of the month. They should pay their rent. They should pay their water bill. They should pay their light bill and everything out of it. 600 Ghana cedis. And somebody is being paid 50,000 Ghana cedis a month. The person has allocation, building allocation, house help, driver. I mean, what are you doing? What are we doing to ourselves in this country? Chief, we are sitting on a time bomb in this country. Nana.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And on that note of thank you, I have my own thank yous to say. Thank you to First American Clinic, First American Specialist Medical Center. This Thursday, they will be at the Republic of Edumasa to give us health cleaning. Can you imagine? First American Specialist Medical Center, Dr. Dapa and Dr. Last at the Republic of Edumasa. Screen us and test us and make sure we're all not going to die tomorrow. That's Dankoma First American. I say thank you to Osu, President of the Osu Stew Council. Thank you to Kona Hene. Thank you to Osu Ashanti Jase. Thank you to Kotobabi Hene. Kotobabi Hene, he's got some swag, man. Kotobabi Manche. Kotobabi for nye Manche swag DJ. Nana Predi Hene, thank you. And also Hene, thank you. Say thank you to IGP Asante Apietu, former IGP. And Mr. Francis Poku, former Minister of Security. Mothers from Utublomu, representatives of the Paramountcy, Akwamu Paramountcy, all grace the Kokonte. All these powerful names, Ziggy's shocked. All these powerful people came to eat Kokonte at the Republic. Volta Catch gave us some wicked tilapia. Peninsula Resort, always at our beck and call. Peninsula Resort, whether Kukunti or not, Peninsula Resort. Oliver, Anita, and Ziggy, international producers. Masa says thank you to all who graced the occasion. Next Monday, God willing, we shall be back to do this all over again.